Hello everyone, welcome to Introduction to Python, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about a important data type, string. So we will discuss the string in three parts. In first part we will discuss the basics of string, and in second part we will discuss the formatting of strings, and finally we will see some strings functions. So first let's talk about what is a string. So a string is nothing but a sequence of characters, and character is nothing but a symbol, and computer does not understand these symbols directly. So these characters are converted into 0 and 1 formats, and this encoding is called. The characters are stored and manipulated as the combination of zeros and ones, that means in binary format, and this conversion is called encoding, and the reverse process will called decoding. So most of the languages use two types of encoding scheme. First one is the ASCII coding scheme, and second one is the Unicode scheme. The ASCII coding scheme is used in mostly C, C++, that languages which are very old, and in Python we use the Unicode scheme. Unicode stands for Universal Coding Scheme, and it supports words most languages. So it is a, you can say it is the superset of ASCII coding scheme. So in Python, the string is a collection of or sequence of characters, and basically Python does not support a single character data type. So we can think of one character as a string of length 1, and in Python the strings are immutable objects. That means once they have been defined, you cannot change it. Like suppose we have a string a equals to hello. So once this string has been defined, so we cannot change any character of this string. So if I want to change the second character using subscript operator, so I cannot use the assignment operator to assign a new character for this. So this is a invalid statement because strings are immutable objects. In Python, the strings are ordered also. That means we can apply the slicing operator like in list. So it also supports the forward indexing as well as backward indexing, which starts over negative values. So in Python, we can create a string using three ways, either using single quote, double quote, or using the triple quote. So single quote like this, and we can also create the double quote string, and we can also create a triple quoted string using the combination of this single quote or double quote. So either you can use three single quote to make it a triple quote, or you can use three times this double quote to make it a triple quote. So this triple quote string is generally used for the multi-line string or documentation string inside a function. So we will see this doc string later on when we will discuss the functions. So strings are represented using either single quote or double quote or even triple quote. So basically all are these three examples are strings, and they are all equal. Triple quote is basically used for multi-line strings. So if your string lies into multiple lines, we can use triple quote for multi-line strings. We can apply some basic operation over strings, like we can concatenate to string, we can apply the repetition operator. Let's see first concatenation. So concatenation is done by either writing the two string together without any space. So this is a perfectly valid statement in Python, and this will produce a single string hello world without any spaces. So this thing can also be achieved using plus operator. So here this plus operator will concatenate two strings hello and word. So this concept is called operator overloading. So when we will discuss the object oriented concept and we will discuss about the polymorphism, then we will see also this operator overloading. So Python supports the operator overloading. So here this plus sign concatenates hello and word, and that means these two strings, and it makes one single string hello world. Similarly, Python strings also support the repetitions. So this repetition is done by multiplying a string with some numeric value. So in this case, I have used hello string and then I have used multiplication sign, then a integer number 2. So this multiplication symbol here does what? It repeats the string 2 times. So the resultant string will be hello hello. So in Python, the strings cannot be updated basically directly because they are immutable objects, but we can slice the some part of a string and we can assign this sliced part to some another string and we can create a new updated string from old string. Let's see an example. In this case, I have taken a string var1 which has a string hello world, and I have sliced out some part of this string using this slicing operator colon 6. So colon 6 will do what? It will slice out the part, this part, that means index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is including space also. So this will slice out this part from this string, and this string will be used here with a new string Python. So the old string hello is concatenated with a new string Python. So the answer will be hello Python. If we check the original string's answer, so original string will be remain unchanged. So once it has been defined, it cannot be changed because it is immutable. Let's talk about the formatting of a string. So in Python, suppose if we want to write something like this, a string, he said, what's there? So basically this is a valid string, but there is a problem with this string. If I press enter button, I will get a syntax error. Basically this error is because of not correct use of the double quote or single quotes. Let's see. So this string starts with this double quote. So as soon as it find out a ending double quote, so it will consider this is a valid string part. So suppose if this is a valid string part, then what will happen? The remaining part. So this will become a invalid part. That means this is a not a valid part. So this here the Python interpreter will complain about the syntax. So in this case, there could be another option or like this. We can also, if we write like this in single quote, the same string, then in this case also we will get the error because now this single quote will start over here and it will end over here. So this string is a valid string, this part is a completely valid part, but as soon as we will come out of this single quote, then this part is out of the any string. So this is a invalid part. So Python will again complain for the syntax error. So how to use this or this kind of string? So there are two ways. Either we can use triple quotes or either we can use the backslash. So backslash will do what? It will escape the particular character which we want using backslash character. So let's see. So we can use the earlier string either in triple quote. So in case of triple quote, as soon as we write triple quote, so Python will start searching for ending triple quote. So it will find it here. So this is a valid string. Or we can also use the backslash symbol to avoid wherever we want the characters to avoid or escape. Like in this case, I have used this single quote for starting of the string. So Python will see first the ending single quote. So if we move forward, here it is a double quote, so it will ignore it and it will come over at this point. So this is a single quote, but this backslash will escape this character also. So Python interpreter will move forward and it will go further and it finds the single quote here. So now this string is a valid string, so there is no problem. Similarly, we can also use this string in another way, like in last part. So in this case, double quote is started here. So Python will start searching the ending double quote. So it has found a double quote, but there is a backslash symbol. So this will escape this character. So this character will be escaped and it will go further for finding out the double quote. So it finds out the double quote ending here, but there is a backslash symbol. So this will also ignored. So we'll go further and this is now the ending double quote. So now this string is written inside this double quote. So this is a valid example or there is no syntax error. The backslash is also used to escape some special characters. Like in this case, suppose if we want to give some path inside this function print. So if I write a valid path name, suppose like in D drive we have a folder, new folder, then we have some folder team1. So if I write this, so this will produce something, some results like this. So because this slash n will work as a new line character, so the string after d colon will turn out to next line, and the slash p will treated as a horizontal tab of 4 character. So this 4 character space will be given, horizontal tab will be given. So we will get this string. So there is no problem, but this is a address. Suppose if you want to give some addresses in Python, mostly in machine learning or in some other programmings, we have to use the path of the file name. So in that case, if you write something like this, so this may create some problem also. So what is the right way to provide a address? So we can use the double slash. So this slash will work as a backslash character and it will skip this character, that means slash n character, and here it will skip this slash t character. So this is called escape sequences. So in this case now our path will be this, which is a valid path. The backslash is also used here. In this case, this is a example of a hexadecimal basically value, but in this case we will get this answer. So here this part /x stand for the hexadecimal value in for capital H, and /x45 stand for hexadecimal value E, and /x58 stand for hexadecimal value capital X. So this is a hex representation. You will get here H, then here you will get E, then here you will get X. So basically these are the Unicode values of H, E and X. /x stand for hexadecimal value. There is another option using raw string to ignore the slashes or backslash. Like in this example, suppose if we want to write welcome to New Delhi, and suppose if I want to write this slash symbol here, so if I write this plain string, so we'll get the answer like this. So to avoid this, or if we want to ignore this slash n, or if we want to ignore the escape sequences, we can use the raw string. And for the raw string, we have to use either in small cases small r or capital R. After that, we can write our string over the double quote or triple quote or single quote. So this small r will do what? It will produce this as a raw string, that is as it is here. We can also iterate over a string because a string is a collection of sequence of characters, or basically we can say the string of length one character. So we can iterate over it using for loop. So in this case, basically this program count the occurrence of small o in this complete string. So first this letter will iterate over this string. So one by one, each character will be assigned to this variable letter one by one, and then this condition will be checked. And if this condition is true, this count variable will be updated by +1. So basically, it counts out the occurrence of small o in this string hello world. So the answer will be 2 here because o occurs 2 times. So that's how we can iterate over the string. We can also check the membership operator over the string, whether a substring is a part of a string or not, using in or not in operator. So in this case, in first example, I have used a string substring small a in program. So if this small a occurs in this string, so this will return true, otherwise it will return false. In second case, I have checked whether this substring at occur in this substring in this string or not. So this at occurs at this place. So here basically I am checking not in. So I want to check whether it does not exist. So it exists here. So the answer will be false because it exists in this string.